Hello YouTube, this is Kenny Evans again, another car video. And this video is about dating single mothers. So single mothers in these past 20 years or so have been really revered and put on a pedestal for their courage to raise their child by themselves. Female woman empowerment. You know, you go girl. You can do it all by yourself. You don't need no man and all that. But it's funny, past 20 years ago, being a single mother was not very highly touted. It was not very revered and not very respectable in society, at least here in America. But I'm sure it's even worse in other societies considering the freedoms and all that. But, they were single mothers nowadays due to obviously feminism and all that kind of stuff, and all those kind of people who support it are very revered and encouraged. Single motherhood is encouraged nowadays, and it's strange, but I get it. Feminism is doing its part. So, but it's those mothers who are single usually for a reason. Usually because they ran off a man, and a weak man at that. And don't get me wrong, there's cases when you had a man, generally a stronger man, who had a baby with a woman, wasn't obviously prepared, and didn't want to he decided he didn't want to take care of the child. So, and I get that. We have those situations. But usually it's a woman who is bitter, and those women can be bitter because of those men who didn't want to take care of the child. But usually, like I said, it's the women who treat weaker men like garbage, and they run them out of their lives. You know what I mean? Or they run out of that weaker man's life. And then they ask for the whole child support and all that stuff, while that weaker man wants to still be in that child's life, but the woman doesn't want him to be in her life. The irony. But I did want to say before I continue that when I say weaker man and stronger man, it's more the game. Weak man game, call it beta males use it, or strong man game, alpha males use it, non-selects, selects, all that stuff. It's not necessarily about the man personally, for those who may have gotten offended. It's just about their game. Weak man game, strong man game. So, just clarify that and get it out the way. So you have those women who are more in their masculine, and they drive men away, and therefore they are single mothers majority of the time here in society, American society, in U.S. society. So, and with that comes them naturally being a woman, being more in their feminine, but then also having to raise a child, take that leadership role, teach a child, and that makes them go and turn into their masculine side. So you have that balance, but because they're more in that leadership role and they're directing another life, their child, they have to be more in their masculine. So they'll be more aggressive, they'll be more loud, and they'll take that in other areas of their life, including dating a man. And weak men, they will put up with that because they're more in their feminine. Because there's always a balance. No matter anything in life, there's always a balance. Someone's more masculine, someone's more feminine. And if you have a woman who is more in her masculine, she's only going to be able to deal with men who are more in their feminine. And those kind of men, obviously are miserable in relationships with those kind of masculine women. You know, you always got to realize that a masculine woman is always going to be the lead. You see those relationships with men who, or with those women, masculine women who are with more feminine men, who they are literally leading the man. They disrespect him, and all that is in tune what they do with their children. And in fact, they might even treat their children better than they would that man, because that's actually their child. And that's where their feminine side comes. That masculinity that they exude on the children is more out of love. It's just they don't know how to balance it. They just kind of go, you know? But when it comes to a man, especially if this woman is bitter, they're going to be more masculine to take out that bitterness on that man, you know? But it's up to that man. If he's strong, if he's a strong man, he will leave that woman. He will let her go. Because he understands, as a man, you are the leader. You have to lead. You have to lead. You know, and strong men would leave a masculine woman. They would let her go. Let her find a weak man or a beta male to do all that garbage to. You gotta understand, the strong man realizes, as a masculine man, you have that masculinity. She has to be feminine. She has to be more than feminine, or you guys won't jive. It just won't work. You know what I mean? So they keep that in mind. You know, so that is very important, because as a man, a masculine man, you have to realize that you are the leader. And this is regardless of you a fuck buddy, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. You're always the leader. And you have to lead at all times. You have to keep that masculinity at all times and be the leader. It is crucial to have a harmonious and happy relationship. You know, you gotta focus on you. You know, the more you focus on yourself, that woman will focus on you. Naturally. That's the femininity. Following. You know. So, I know EO, I watched a video he did, I think a couple weeks ago, about dating single mothers. And the main thing I want to bring up about that video was the fact that he said, and it makes sense to me, that if that single mother is still close with the child's baby dad or the father, you know, it doesn't mean they're necessarily, you know, sleeping around or anything, but she still takes direction, and the father's still in the life, that you shouldn't date a single mother. And what he said made sense, just because the child and the single mother will always be able to and have to listen to that father. Of course, like I said, unless if that single mother is more running away from the father, you know. But if they are in a, you know, cordial or good relationship, you as the man will always have to compete with the woman's attention with the baby daddy, you know. And you again, you want to be a leader. You want to be a man who is leading this woman, even if you guys aren't in a relationship, but you're leading this woman, you know. Even though he was talking about more about being in a relationship, but either way, you are leading the woman, and she can't serve two masters. She has to serve one. So he says, EO, shout out to that championship game, you know, Everett Overton. But he says that you don't want to date a single mother who is still in contact with the baby father or the baby daddy. You know what I mean? You want to let her go and do her thing, because there'll be a conflict of interest. And he says that's not a good thing. You know, so, and it makes sense. It makes sense. I haven't been in that situation. I have dated a single mother, but the father was not in the picture, or at least he wasn't a major influence. So it wasn't anything serious, and it wasn't a serious relationship anyway. We were, you know, just hooking up, you know, casually. So, but yeah, you know, I leave that up to you. It's use your own discretion on that. But bottom line is, you as a man you have to be a leader. And if you see a woman, a single mother who is more in her masculine and wanting to lead the relationship, run. But obviously, you as a masculine man, you're not going to be able to match up with a woman who is more in her masculine. You're going to find one of those single mothers who is more in her feminine, who is open. Maybe her and her baby's father, they ended on good terms. So I don't know how it works. Maybe they just decided they weren't good for each other and they got the divorce. I know that's very rare. It's very rare nowadays, but it is possible and it happens. So she's not bitter with men. You know what I mean? Or she's more in her feminine and she's open to still getting married again. Find somebody who is, or get in a relationship with somebody who is more in line with what she is about. You want more of those feminine women. It's crucial. Of course, you got to always keep in mind that you are the man who is going to be taking the lead, and you don't want to be with these women who are bitter and angry. So with that, it's dating a single mother is not hard. There's not a stigma about it. Some people say, oh, because you're taking care of another man's child, but you don't even have to associate with the child in the beginning. I say you make that rule. Hey, I know you have a single mother. I'm not looking for anything serious right now. All I want to do is just get to know you casually. We hook up from time to time. If anything more develops, I feel like anything more develops from there, we'll, cross that bridge when we get there. Talk about how we're going to interact with how you're going to introduce me to your child, or how I'm going to introduce myself to your child. You always got to be the leader. How I'm going to introduce myself to the child, and we'll move on from there. But up front, I just want to be, casual. See you when I see you. Keep it easy. You do your own thing. On the side, you do your own thing, I do my thing. You know what I mean? So you don't even have to see the child. I remember Lakari, he was talking about that too. I think it was live stream a couple weeks ago. And he was saying that, he dated a single mother and he rarely saw the child, maybe once or twice in passing in the mother's home. So you don't even have to take care of the child up front. And when that time comes, you guys will figure it out. I don't think there's anything wrong with another man taking care of another man's child if that man is not really in the picture. And even if he is, you could always have a cordial relationship. And, EO says don't do it, but, I believe you can. You just have to have boundaries with that woman, of course. You got your game. You got to be a strong man. You know what I mean? You got to be a strong man, so to be able to handle that situation. But that's a different topic for a different video. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with dating a single mother. They are still women. You just have to find the right one who fits your game. And even if they are more of the masculine kind of women, you have to be able to check them. Make sure they try to pull that stuff on you, try to run you or talk bad about you, disrespect you. You check them. That is vital. I forgot to mention that. That's vital. You have to check them and let them know you are not going to put up with that, or else you will be gone. You have to set that boundary so they do not disrespect you and they don't run over you and take the lead. That is vital too. Very important. But if you're not willing, obviously if they do it too much, they too in their masculine and too much drama and too much all that negativity, cut them off. Peace. Let them go. You know what I mean? The other women out there. So. But yeah. I know this is a little bit longer video, but that's all I got for y'all today. YouTube, it's been a pleasure. Of course, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Share this video if you find value in it. But let me know what you think about this. You know what I mean? Let's have a conversation. But until next week, this YouTube. Until next week, see y'all next Wednesday. y'all stay safe out there, and keep on grinding, man. Keep on living your best life. Yes. We'll see y'all next week, and y'all stay safe again. I'm rambling, I know. Oh yeah, peace.